I mean, there's a million different angles you can go down. I think it's the initial depressing feeling of a season ending the same way that it ended a year ago, where you have this weird conundrum mentally of, on one side, I look at an incredibly young team that if you told me at the start of the year they make it to the semifinals, I'd tell you, dude, that's an unbelievable year. We were having conversations in July and August in which people were talking about Oregon being a team that was going to fall significantly from where they were. They were returning 5 starters. You had 4 new starters on the offensive line. You had an unproven quarterback. Youth and inexperience everywhere on the roster at key positions. And if you told me in August, hey, man, you're going to be in the Final Four of the sport this year, how would that make you feel? You're going to go 11-1 in the regular season. You're going to win 2 playoff games, and you're going to go against a team who's likely going to win the national championship and once again have that be the only team you lose to. I would tell you, dude, that's a hell of a year. And with considering the expectations coming in, that's a hell of a year. And then you have the game go the way it goes, and now I'm again left with the same feeling that I had at the end of last year of, I know it was a good year. I had a lot of fun watching this team. How the hell do you let that happen again? And I think both of those things can be true, like the positive takeaways and the negative takeaways. This year's game and this year's blowout was drastically different than last year's. Last year, you came in, you look unprepared, you look flat-footed, and they just dominated you in every facet of the game. And Indiana is certainly the best team in the country. We gave them their flowers all week last week. They deserve to be considered that.
Well, they have one more game to prove that, but yeah.
I think they're going to win the national championship. I think Miami will be a much better fight because of what they can do at the line of scrimmage than Oregon was, but I think Indiana's probably going to win the title. It was different in terms of, like, you just came out and just pooped your pants. Like, it's one thing to get beat. It's another thing to watch your team simultaneously get beat and just do the dumbest things imaginable to beat themselves. They handed Indiana 21 points in the first half of the game. Just, here you go. And I don't care how healthy you are. I don't care if your offensive and defensive coordinators are going or return. Like, none of that matters when you do that. When you throw a pick six, you fumble inside your own 10-yard line, and you fumble on your own 19. Like, they just gacked all over themselves, and they were going to lose the game regardless because they didn't have any running backs, and Noah Whittington ended up not being able to essentially play. He was just there in pass protection, and that was it. And I said as much Friday, if he can't go and run the ball, dude, you're not winning this game. But it's one thing to just come out and at least put up an effort that's worthy of, you know what? A lot of stuff was going against you. Indiana's probably the best team in the country. Tip of the cap for fighting, and you came up just short. I can appreciate that. It's another to be down by 35, 28 points at halftime, 35-7, and just poop your pants.